Are we talking about us? Yes, we are talking about human. Human is one of many creatures created by God with more perfectly structured dimension than any other creatures, both seen physically and the unseen. Why is that? Because man has a dimensional capacity able to think logically with a conscience of feelings, and has freedom and bound by its consequence, where this eminence is not possessed by any other creatures. Angels are beings who always convey messages, but they have no logical thinking capacity other than obedience to their Creator. All creatures and beings are created with their own purposes and varied capacities as evidence of the signs of God's diverse greatness, that it is impossible to reflect on just one or two or even thousands of creatures. Human is the only creature who has a body structure that is physically right up as compared to other creatures with a beautiful physical dimension. In every part of the human body there is also a diverse personal identity of each of them. Example: hair can signify character of a person, hard-headed, tough, or flaky person. Nose can indicate of someone of deliberate thinkers, or impatient person. In human anatomy, the head is the main and upper part of the human body where a face lies upon, and supported by the skull where the brain sits inside it. The position of human body part gives a degree that reflects a universal message for life. Which organ is located at the very top in human body? Brain. This organ controls everything that happens in the body, such as thoughts, memories, speech, feelings, vision, hearing, body movements as well as other functions of organs in the body, including heart rate and breathing. It is with this organ that the body system can be perfectly coordinated, and of course with this, human can think logically. That is the most important eminence of human beings, and that is able to think logically. The next part is the eye and then the ear, for man can testify through sight and hearing of everything possible according to its dimensions and characters. The next part of the human head structure is the nose, as a testimony support through smells after sights and hearings. At the lower down of the face is the oral cavity where there is tongue to testify through taste and being able to say or speak clearly. Having nose position above the mouth, man can sense the aroma, recognizing something before having the intakes and breathing while speaking. The next part is on the skin with nerve nodes under it. The skin is the primary sense organ, capable of sensing touch, pressure, heat, pain, cold and pleasure. These signals are transmitted to the brain via a network of nerves. In the human chest, there is non-physical sensor of human feelings or conscience. With these strategic processes and structures, human is given the right to experience sensuous delight that is precisely in the lower part of the body, the genital area. In general, it can be translated that it is foremost obligation for man to think first, supported by the five senses before speaking, taking action and having sensuous delight. With all the instruments mentioned above, human is the only creature and being who can bear the search of finding the undeveloped as well as developed knowledge through times in ongoing civilizations. Human is indeed created with, and for purpose to unfold many mysteries of signs that are scattered all over the entire universe, which are seen and unseen by the bare eyes. Throughout experiments, experiences, and observations, human can discover various sets of knowledge in many fields that are not thinkable before. Human five senses would one day be able to detect and witness more and more phenomena of signs in the open nature. The so-called five senses of human being would also one day be shifted to different number, as more phenomena would be encountered by human. Physical five senses have been known as they are, and the intangible sense is indeed located and rests somewhere in human chest area. The vertical structure of human body has provided us the natural teaching of how to organize decent living structure. Anything we feel cannot stand alone without thinking before action. It all has to be directed to the big guy in the most upper part of the body, and that is to think. Knowledge is a dynamic entity, which will not sit still without development, depending upon human capacity of willingness to think, and do the action. Now, a phenomena about dream. Dream of turning into a goblin or genie means strong deceit. Dream of seeing the genie breaking into the house and working there means that the enemy enters the house and then making problems, or the enemy raid the house. Dream of a genie taking the clothes and if he is an employee means will be fired, and if a farmer means getting a disaster. Dream of following the genie means more excellent over the opponent. Dream of devil means an enemy or a spy. Dream of human head like a bird's head means that his or her life is always wandering. Dream of the head is bigger than the reality, meaning will be rising in glory, and when it gets smaller means diminishing of dignity. Every one of us is human, has certain capacity of knowledge to unfold mysteries in many different ways possible, with the same basic needs, in similar body movements, setting the overall understanding. Pay attention to your dreams. You might find out what that means one day.